Today at shop.dap.com we're going to be polishing our exhaust tips on our Mark 7 GTI. Just for a second. Okay, so before we start our install, let's talk about what we're going to be working with today. We have with us Microfiber Towels, the red ones. We have these, all these products we're going to be talking about we have on our site available from Chemical Guys. We have their heavy metal polish. This is what you're going to want to use for things like exhaust tips and stuff like that. And then we are actually sitting on the bucket that Chemical Guys has, which is a wash bucket, but it also has this lid that's specifically designed to be sat on for stuff like this. So we are going to be cleaning our exhaust tips. For most people who are into cars and modifying stuff like that often have upgraded exhaust. These exhausts often become pitted and stuff like that from all the materials that either from road grime or obviously the exhaust gas that are coming out make these tips dirty. So you're going to need something like this to keep it shining bright and having the tips actually looking good, as opposed to just kind of tarnished and nasty looking like these are. So before we start with this, we've cleaned our exhaust tips completely the best we can with any standard cleaner, either by washing your car or with some other type of all-purpose cleaner, to get as much of the dirt and grime out of this as possible. And then we're going to be using a product like this. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is polishing our exhaust tips. We have, again, our heavy metal polish, and then we have our red microfiber cloths. You should probably consider using an old one. We're using a new one because we don't have any old ones. And so we have a couple of dabs of this on here, and then we're going to rub that in. And I would expect to see quite a bit of dirt and stuff coming off of this, so which is why you would want to use an older one. And this is going to require 2 microfiber towels for this job, one for the application and spreading and kind of rubbing in of this compound, and then the other one for the removal and polishing of it. And so what we're going to do is get it kind of worked in there. And make sure we're getting the edge of the tip. On these particular tips, they have a nice kind of clean edge, and it has like a taper to it. And it's kind of always had this grimy soot stuff on it. And in this case, I'm also going to be doing up here as well and around the bottom, because there are quite a few. I'm going to use kind of a clean part of the rag over here for the bottom portion of it, and then the insides I can use the inside of the dirtier part just to get as much of the dirt out as possible. As you can see, even the outside's removing quite a bit of dirt on this thing, even just the top and sides of this exhaust tip. There's a pit right here, there's some dirt right there. I want to make sure that if that's removable, we can get that removed. It does seem like just about any amount of pitting and imperfections that are on here you can mostly get out with this stuff, if you're willing to kind of put in the elbow grease to work it in there. And as I've mentioned in the intro to stuff that we talked about with detailing stuff, I am by no means an expert with this stuff. So this is kind of new products to me for sure. A lot of our DIYs are more around installation, repair, performance, that type of stuff. That's more my speed for sure. last piece that was kind of stuck on here is gone now. So, and then you can kind of probably, with these tips, they're pretty big tips that taper in, so you could probably go in as deep as you want, but I'm not sure you need to go that deep into the tips. It just depends on how you feel. Now let's just switch to this other one and take a look at that. Now we're on our other exhaust tip, and if you take a look here, this is already cleaned, and if you take a look, all of this is completely there. There's nothing you can do to clean this off. We've already cleaned this with chemical to try to get this stuff off. So we can take a look and see what that's gonna look like once we're done here with this exhaust tip, and just to get a feel for exactly what this stuff's capable of. Again, I feel like this is a really good example of what I think this will be able to do based on what it did on the other tip. I think it can make a significant impact on that. And as you can see already, it's already gone for the most part. There's still a lot of oxidation here, and kind of what you expect to see with just surface rust on any metal. And on the other tip, pretty much every piece, even tiniest little speck of oxidation came off with enough working on it. So, but if you see that stuff that you couldn't clean with any chemical there is gone pretty instantly from this stuff. So I have to say, I don't know much about detailing in the sense of if this product, how it stacks up against other stuff, but I'm pretty impressed with this product and its ability to get the job done. Now that I think we're done with the inside of the tip, we're going to come around this side here because I think there's some good oxidation here that I think we can get a better view of, that will be a good indication for other stuff that this can do other than just the soot and oxidation carbon that you see coming from an exhaust tip. This is going to be on the outside itself. So here we are looking at our passenger side of our exhaust tip here. If we take a look right along here, there's some decent little oxidation that you're certainly not going to get off with a regular cleaner, and maybe you might be able to use some sort of abrasive to take that off, but it's not going to keep a nice looking exhaust tip if you did that. So this is probably a good application for this. Let's see if it actually gets the job done. And it looks like it's completely gone, minus a little piece right here. Let's see if we can get that off. Yeah, it looks great. It looks great. And just for an example, maybe we should do some of this stuff. None of this stuff would be stuff that I would normally mess with, but who knows, maybe some of the people who are really crazy about detailing and maybe show their car might want to go completely nuts and start doing, the pipes down. Just to clean everything up and make it shine. These pipes never really had a mirror finish or anything, but you can see they're stainless, and so they clean up still pretty decent. And there you go. You can see even those stainless pipes can be pretty nice looking if you want to put the work in. So now that we have our end result, for me, this product gets 2 thumbs up. I think this is a quality product. It does exactly what it's supposed to. And the evidence is just check out my tips. Thank you so much for watching our video on how to polish exhaust tips on our Mark 7 GTI. Again, purchases for items like this or any others help support videos just like this one. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe.